Well, I've had an interesting day. Um, if you haven't read the tweets, I guess, or anything like that, or don't know me personally, or don't have a Twitter, earlier today, like I usually do, I have therapy that I go to, and then went out to eat with my brother and mother. Had a good time. Um, as we were getting in the car, I was telling them about this YouTuber that I found that I really like. I think his name is Collab City or something like that. I have to, yeah, Collab City, I think is what his name is. Um, he's a really funny guy. I really do enjoy his content, and I was talking about the one where like the dude wants to return his headphones, but like he he keeps like he doesn't have a receipt, or like he didn't pay it with cash, or well, no, he did pay it with cash, and he doesn't have a card tied to it. So he they're like, well, we can't return these for you anyways. So after telling them the video, I was like, okay, well, I'll just, look up the video. And so I looked down and everything. And then I felt something a bit odd. I looked up and looked to my left, and there was a car at full speed backing out of the parking space it was in and rammed us and took off. And so I was in a hit and run car accident. And I had made a video before about this. This happened around 3:30. It's currently 8:42 p.m. I had made a previous video, and I'll explain why you're watching this instead of that one. So from everything that I've learned, I was I was still looking up the video at the time. My mother had noticed that there was a mall security guy blocking us. So she was going to go around, and there was these two people yelling at the security guard, and I guess some dude had stolen something, and these two people were complaining about it to the security guard, and the security guard was trying to handle the situation, and we didn't know anything about it. So we thought, oh, well, it's something else, so we're gonna drive around. And the guy in the car, which so far we think it was stolen, I guess. I don't know if it was his car. I really don't care if it was his car or not. And he backed out and basically hit me fully. I was in the left passenger seat, the back of the car. My brother was in the right passenger seat in the front, and my mother was obviously driving the car. But the dude pretty much hit the entire left back side of the car, and I had the most impact, and it was it hurt. I mean, you're basically, it was like getting shoved into a wall, without like any knowledge of being shoved in the wall, so it hurt. And then he kept going to the point where his right bumper, he had fully it was off. He just took it off, and then took off. And the last time I saw that vehicle was I looked up, because I'm just, which, by the way, I didn't get a flash, like life flashes before your eyes thing, which I guess is a good thing. in a sort of way, but I'll explain that too. But he was taking off and he looked right at me, or at least the vehicle, and I looked back at him, and he just took off. And it was horrible. Thankfully, the security, the mall security, and a cop were able to, check on us, make sure we were okay. My mom's vehicle was not completely wrecked, but basically the car could not drive. It wasn't drivable. So we had to get that towed and everything. But while this is all going on, the cops are asking me if I'm okay, and I'm saying yes. But I was in the vehicle the whole time in my one spot, and I was getting really uncomfortable because I've never been in a car accident like this before. The one that I can remember at least I've been in was where it was just like a small bump. Like, I don't think anyone really got hurt, or I think someone did drive off, but the majority of people that were involved were actually really cool people, and they all talked about it and everything, and I was like a really little kid. But this, it was full on impact on me. I could either have gotten severely injured, or died. So those were my two possibilities, and then the one that I'm currently at, which thank God I'm fine. But I was really scared, and there was a pain in my arm, which I would imagine, right, there would be, and then it sort of started spreading out to mainly just my left side of my body, and it's slowly kind of it pops pops up every now and then, but it's slowly trying to heal and everything. My left side is just really tense. Thank goodness my legs were not injured whatsoever. I was actually really afraid those would be injured, and that's why I really wanted to get out of the vehicle, because I wanted to know if those were still working, which thank God they are. My grandfather took me and my brother back home while my mother waited for a tow truck. And on the car ride, we joked around and everything. And when I got home, I had initially made the video where I was still in somewhat pain, but I didn't know where I was at. I didn't know if I was going to die, or if I had to stop making videos, or whether or not my arm had to be or if my arm would be broken, or what. So I made a quick video explaining the situation and telling everyone what was going on, because I know for a few of you might not follow me on Twitter or know me personally, so that's why I'm making this video now. And I was about to upload the video, but I've been having guitar problems all week. I was really having anxiety about the guitar, fearing that I wasn't able to play it. And the one day that I was like, you know what, I'm going to pick it back up, give it I'm going to start getting back into it and everything, because I want to take a break, because it's been stressing me out, if you saw the last video. And the day, and I was telling my therapist, I was like, that was devastating for me. Like, find out that I may have small hands and I can't play the guitar. Like, that's a personal thing that's been taken away from me. It wasn't anyone else or anything. It was just the cards I was given. And then today, when I was going to pick it back up, and this happens, where it could have very possibly have been taken away from me. Like, you know, either for a day or a week, month, year, or permanently. So I'm very blessed that my arm is okay. Before we went to get me checked out, I played on my guitar for a bit just to, you know, if this was going to be the last time, you know, I'll play it for a bit. But we went to the it was like a little like emergency like thing. It was like a hospital, but it was very low budget. You know, it was like it was like next to like like a mall, and like there was a bunch of, you know, one of those. So we went in there and everything, and we got checked out, and the guy was kind of odd, but he seems like a nice guy. He was basically, all he said was like, you know, here's some medicine. Just, you know, relax, hot showers, do stretches in the showers. And then he said, oh, by the way, your urine might look darker because, you know, your muscles have to stretch out. And I'm like, okay, all right, that's nice to know. I mean, I would have rather been informed on a piece of paper than in person, but, you know, that's fine. But I was joking with my mother, and I've joked about this to a few other people. Ow. Sorry. I was joking about this to her. I was like, you know, what do you want to eat? And before that, we had ate at Panera Bread. You know, before the accident. We were eating there. I had their mac and cheese, which I think is really good. I had their sandwiches that were really good. And then for a drink, we got like these blood orange lemonades. And we thought, oh, that'd be nice to try out. I read it was frozen, so I was like, I knew that it was gonna be frozen and not liquid lemonade. But we got it, and there was nothing bloody about it. Like, it was just orange juice, but with a hint of lemonade. And I was like, this is not worth it. And so I was joking the whole time. I was like, man, that would really suck if that was my last, like, drink before I died. You know? But I was joking where I was like, definitely not that. And then she would ask me, what do you want to eat? You want like a sandwich? Do you want a hamburger? You want a kick in the butt? You know, because, you know, she likes to mess around with me. And I told her, no, the car already did that for me. No. Car already did that for me. But yeah. We got back home. And now I'm here making this for everyone. So I'm gonna do the same thing that I said in the video that I previously recorded. I'm going to probably take today and maybe 2 days off of work, working on videos, just because I still feel a bit tense right now, and you know, I probably want to spend time with friends, family, and everything. That doesn't mean that you guys aren't going to get videos. I think you'll still somewhat get videos, at least tomorrow, I think. If not, then I'm sorry. I didn't know this was going to happen at all. I could try and, I guess, make at least a couple, but it's most likely just going to be editing instead of, you know, me recording. Which I could probably edit, just not record. But yeah, so I just want to say thank you to everyone who watched my videos. I genuinely did not know if I was going to live or die. I like to thank my friend Ness. You know, I like to thank Crimson for putting up with me in my ridiculousness, where we were joking around, and I just had realized, oh my god, I could have missed the Queen movie if I had died. And she was like, yeah, that's what you're worried about. You're worried about if a movie, you know, well, I'm here, your friends are here, your family's here, and you're worried about if you had died, you would have missed the Queen movie. Okay, alright. But, yeah, we had joked around there, and what's sad is that if I had, I had just gotten a cookie. I got a chocolate chip cookie. I was going to eat that thing, and I ate it after the car accident, the hit and run, so, yeah. But I like to thank her. I like to thank my friends, mainly Ness right now, because he was really supportive. He talked to me for during the hit and run, or well, I should say after the hit and run. Basically, you know, I was still in the car and the cops were there and everything, and he talked to me for a while, and we joked about I didn't want to end up like the kid from It, where he has the cast and everything. I like to thank my mother and aunt and grandfather. My aunt apparently did not know anything that I was saying. I guess she was kind of confused of what I was saying. Which I'm sorry. I was a bit in a panic, so because I guess she was even more worried because I literally took most of the impact. Like the car was like the way the car was and how it was going, all of the pressure and force went towards me, and so that probably scared her a lot, I'd imagine. My mother too, but thank goodness she's okay. Just her legs are not feeling well, and I'd imagine so because she doesn't like to get touched in the knees. They're very sensitive for her, so I would imagine that they're not very well. But and my grandfather for, you know, coming to pick me and my brother up and drop us off at home. I like to thank my brother for joking around with me while we were at home. But yeah, I'm very thankful. I know this is kind of, I guess, cliche, but I'm very thankful and blessed to still be sitting here with only minor injuries, really. You know, I could have lost my left arm, my legs. I could have lost my whole life, and I wouldn't have even known it. But thank goodness that I'm still here and still alive. And in the video, I had thanked Crimson, some of my family members, you know, my mother, aunt, brother, grandparents, you know. Thanked my therapist because I messaged her too, and I think she's still at work, so she probably hasn't gotten the text. And just all my friends and, you know, like Ness and, you know, TV and Sinister, Mats, Raven, all those guys, Universe, you know. And thank you guys for watching. I know that a lot of people are busy and would like to watch good content, so they skip mine. But just, if you guys seen a video of mine, thank you for at least watching for a bit. Hopefully you see this. Otherwise, YouTube just scattered everything, so I don't know. I'm taking deep breaths to, you know, ease the pain. But yeah, so not a depressing one. You know, I did see the guy, of course, but I don't want to reveal his information because that's not my job. that's the police and the mall security deal with. So yeah, anyways, I'm happy to be alive, and thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next video.